and welcome back to our YouTube channel. This is the second part of our interaction with General Bhakuni on the Novo System. If you haven't seen the previous video, make sure that you click on the I button above and you can watch that video over there. Now in this video, we will be talking about the major changes of the Novo System in greater detail, and we will be addressing questions like when is it likely to be implemented and what is the effect it is going to have on people who are preparing for the SSB right now. If you are someone who is aspiring to join the Indian Armed Forces, then I would urge you to click on the subscribe button and hit the notification bell as we keep uploading new videos every week. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram. Being a former commandant and the president of the Selection Center South in Bangalore, what do you feel are the major changes going to be when we talk about the testing technique in this system?
Let me tell you, firstly, since I was directly or indirectly involved with the Novo selection system, I'm not going to talk about anything which I'm not supposed to. I will talk about the issues which are in the open domain. Nothing more than that. Yes, you are right. The minor changes have been done in all the techniques, are being done. But secondly, let me make it very clear here only that it is a process which is still undergoing the changes. And there may be large number of new changes which may take place before the system comes out. I must clarify here, though the date of implementation of Novo was July 2019, but since it involves all the three services, Army, Navy, Air Force, so many boards, and the system has to be approved right by the Armed Forces headquarters, various services. There are a lot of logistic issues which will come in the way before it is implemented. So it is, to my guess, it is still going to take 2 to 3 years more. And I very strongly feel that the government must ultimately implement this. There is no doubt about it. We can't carry on a system which has outlived. And now coming to your question proper, and yes, there have been major changes in the system, rather in all the techniques. But in brief, I will say that basically the organization and the DIPR are trying to make it more a kind of online system. More objectivity is being brought rather than subjectivity. Now the vague issues which are there discussed in the conferences, the borderline cases we used to discuss a lot in the conferences, that time is going to cut down. All the cases who are not selected by all the three techniques, selected by 2-1/1-2. It means only one passing and 2 failing, and the candidate is above 240 marks out of 675. Such candidates are usually discussed in the conference. Now, in the Novo, this whole thing, the efforts are to make it objective, so that either a candidate by the time you come for the conference is passing or failing. The say with the individual assessor is very less. Once they have carried out their judgment, their say is reduced to a great extent. So this is another major change which is going to take place. Objectivity. Online system, objectivity. Yes, thereafter all the techniques, there are minor changes. Let me also confirm here that the concept of the overall selection is more or less going to be the same. The changes, in a major way, we can say that the officer-like qualities from 15 perhaps are being brought down to 12. Instead of OLQs, they are being called attributes, or say attributes of leadership. Similarly, there are changes in the psychological technique, and the interview technique is more or less going to be the same, and there are changes in the GTO technique.
So sir, we were discussing about the changes in the new system, mainly from a assessor's perspective. Now, when we talk about a candidate who will be going to attend the new system, so what are the changes which he will be facing when he goes for selection in the testing procedure?
Okay, as far as the candidate is concerned, I think he will now have a much more simplified system. Firstly, screening test will be closer to his home, and if he passes, he comes for the entire test thereafter. This is the first major change. The secondly, the moment the day he comes, there will be a run of 1.6 kilometers. Based on the timings, the marks will be awarded to him. That will be there. He will not be sent back because of that. But it is simply a marking system. It is part of the screening, one can say that.
Okay.
So the marks for this will be added overall. But he will not be sort of screened out because of the run. Okay. And thirdly, thereafter there are changes in the GTO technique, which now from 2 days will come down to 1 day. Major changes in the GTO are, firstly, the obstacle system, the various tasks which were held before have undergone a change. Very interestingly, previous snake race in which there were a lot of group obstacles they were to cross, the group obstacles and individual obstacles have been combined in this. Okay?
Okay.
Though it is still in a trial phase, but it has been combined into 6 to 7 obstacles, which they will be doing certain individually and certain as a group. Thereafter, certain what we call the GTO tasks, half group tasks, command tasks, some of them have been retained in much lesser numbers. Previously there were 9 tasks. It has been now brought down to just about 4. So they have also been brought down. The lecturers has been removed. The group discussion, yes, there were previously 2, and I think it is being reduced to 1 GD. And similarly, in the psychological test also, there have been many changes which are being considered. Like in the WAT test, you used to get about 60 words, and in which you used to make a sentence. Now there will be no requirement of making a sentence. The moment the word is given, 3 words which are connected to that will be written by you. There will be space for that. You will just write 3 words. For example, I will give you a word mother. The 3 things which come to the mind of most of us is love, care, sacrifice. So likewise, they will give 3 connected words, whichever comes to their mind first, for 40 such words instead of 60. From 60, it is going to be brought down to 40. Similarly, situation reaction test, again there has been a change in that. The change which is being considered is bring down firstly from 60 to 40. And secondly, the situation reaction test, the way we do at present is not going to be like that. It is going to be in a choice forms. You will be given multiple choices. And in that, the choice which you considered as number 1, you can write 1. And even you can also mention number 2, number 3 likewise, in case you agree with those choices. So out of a situation, the 4 choices, the way you are going to write, you can give them serial number. And you may even select 1 or 2 and leave them 3 and 4 if you do not feel them to be part. Okay. Again, the situation judgment test is going to be from 60 to 40. So it is going to be a little more interesting, and perhaps coming with the time, this is going to be more effective for the assessment of the candidate. Similarly, the third, which is most important, that is thematic, a perception test will be called thematic appreciation test. In that now the stories from 12 has been brought down to 9. There will be no blank story. And one thing more about the situation reaction test, I must tell you, certain situation will be going in will be shown to you in the form of pictures also. Okay. Unlike the written words. Some of them may be in the form of picture, and you got to
React to those pictures.
Yeah, that is the interesting part. So this is how all the psychological tests are undergoing the change. And let me also tell you, the previously held, that is the self-description test, is going to be deleted. So this is the thought process going on, and there may be, after trials, likely to be more changes. I cannot say that it is going to be implemented like that, because trial is an ongoing process. After it is recommended by the service headquarters, the system may come again for the trial, and thereafter the final shape may be a bit different than what I am telling you at the moment. I don't claim that the entire system is going to be like that. It's a fluid situation, and the process is undergoing at this time.
Sir, as you had mentioned in one of your previous answers, that this system will not, most likely it will not be implemented very soon. But let's say we have some candidate who has been preparing for the last 1 or 2 years to get through to the SSB. So will this change bring a very big change in his way of preparing as well, or the amount of preparation which he has done, will it help him in the new system as well, or will he have to realign or revise his training technique?
A very good question. I think, Romil, through you, I want to reach out to all the candidates that they should not unduly get worried. Let me tell you, the system more or less is on similar lines. And moreover, it is the duty of the government, of the testing organization, of the various armed forces who are dealing with the selection system, to inform the general public that how the new system is functioning, how the changes which will have to be brought, sort of implemented, and how the students are going to be affected by that. The students will be told, sufficient notice will be given. And more or less there are academies like SSB Sure Shot Academy, which are so good keeping pace with the time. Obviously, the changes will be known to them.
Yes.
And so I feel that there may be a very smooth changeover from the old system to the new system. I think the moment the trials are over, and the system will be very well known to the public. So students do not have to unduly get worried. They will have ample time. And here only I would like to say that it's the right decision the government has taken, very timely. It cannot be delayed any further. The earlier this new system is implemented, the better for the armed forces. We cannot carry on with a system which perhaps no other Western country or modern country is having as of date. We have to keep pace with the time, change along with the time, so that our technique is very proven and up to date with the time.
Yes, sir.
And the candidates do not feel victimized. And it has to be very objective. And I think all these requirements are met by the DINO, which is a modern technique. And I appeal to the government that this system should be given due attention. All the agencies concerned have to put their full efforts together so that the system gets implemented as early as possible.
Thank you for answering all our queries. I'm sure this will be really beneficial to our viewers and to clarify all the confusion which people have been having regarding the selection system.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So I'm sure you guys would have really benefited from this session, from this one-on-one conversation with Major General VPS Bhakuni, sir. And he has cleared all our doubts regarding the Novo system. And as you must have heard in the conversation with him, that he believes that this new system will not be implemented at least for the next couple of years. So I feel that everyone out there watching this video should understand that there is nothing really to be worried or concerned about. If you have your SSB in the next few months and if you are preparing for it, Please go full out, do not worry about the new system being implemented. As you heard him saying and confirming earlier in this interview, that even if when it is implemented, the de novo system, the government will definitely give a prior notice to it, and it will be implemented in a way so that nobody is in shock or proves to be a disadvantage for anybody who is preparing or who's coming for the interview process. Thank you for watching this video. Make sure that you like this video and share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell for all the future updates. If you're new to this channel, then do check out our other videos as well. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram.